Great rising or greetings to you guys. Thank y'all for returning. And for those who are new, welcome to my channel. I'm the Astro Mystique, and this is Conjuring Crafts and Tarot, where we do astrology videos. We also do conjure and also psychic readings. So if you, again, are new to the channel, make sure you like. You can comment if you like, and, well, hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on none of the content. And so we're going to get straight into it. Today's astro lesson is going to be centered around Mercury. Okay, so I am going to expound on the areas of influence that Mercury controls when it comes to astrology. I'm going to give some examples of how that correlates with us. How does it play out in our everyday lives? And I'm also going to go into the ruling sign as well as the body function of Mercury. All right, so I do have some notes here, so y'all bear with me because I am working on my form of communication. So it's funny that we're doing Mercury today because Mercury is representation or symbolic for our communication style. So when you're looking at Mercury, you're dealing with the mind and our mentality. Mercury influences the way that we analyze things. That will be also the way we perfect things. So I was actually watching this one astrologer, and I like how she made mention that Mercury is like your form of where you would like to be perfect at, right? So in your mind, the way that you maybe think about a way or perceive something, wherever you have your Mercury placement energy, as well as when I say energy, I mean your sign as well as the house. So with Mercury, you want to see more so what energy is playing out when it comes to the way that you think, the way that you analyze and communicate, right? Mercury is also tied into, like I said, the intellect, anything dealing with our mentality and forms of communicating. So you would notice people who have, specifically people who have a lot of Virgo or Gemini placements in their charts, or someone who has a Mercury in Gemini or third house, or Mercury in Virgo 6th house, you will notice these people like to talk with their hands, because that's another form of communication. You got dexterity there, and that would be more so associated with Mercury in a sense of Gemini energy. And we'll get into Gemini along the video, but back to the information about Mercury. So Mercury is tied into young people. It's also dealing with any minors, children, because when we think about our learning, when we think about us processing information and the way that we analyze that information, just having our own perspectives, everything started from the mind, right? And so when you think about us as kids, those are the most fertile times that we are in a learning process, right? And we are easily more influenced and conditioned through our mental when we're children. So with Mercury, you got basically the way that you were shaped to believe or think, or the way you communicate will be expressed in this energy. It's also dealing with our objectives and awareness. It's thought processes, and it's adaptable energy because, you deal with the mind. It's changeable. Thoughts come in, thoughts come out. I remember a spiritual connection I had with someone who was a Sun Aquarius. And I remember him sharing information with me about Buddhism. And he went into, he asked me, how many thoughts do you think we have a day? And I was completely off the mark, y'all. Like, I was nowhere fucking close, point is. But, which was funny to me. But at the end of the day, it was amazing to find out that, we have anywhere from 10,000 or more thoughts a day. And out of those 10,000 thoughts a day, only 1 to 2% of those thoughts are conscious thoughts. So those conscious thoughts be more so of what we actually are aware of, what we actually are putting our intentions in too. And so everything else more so come and go. So a lot of it we're not even aware, right? So the mind is so very much so intricate, and it's, like I said, it deals with a lot of movement. Memory is stored, in our thought processes, and that can come from, something not even just on a level of, okay, my childhood memories. No, memories are also stored in the subconscious mind. So you have the form of feelings representing a sense of, because it's movement, right? Water. Feelings representing a sense of the mind as well, and holding memory. So it's just a connection, you guys, that I make with as far as the mind and the subconscious mind. So the rational mind and the subconscious mind. So carrying on, we deal with our perceptions here, our skill, language, and duality. Writing, it's our area of where creations are formed, right? People speak about the great void. Everything started from nothingness. Even in the Bible, it started out, there was nothingness, and God said, let there be light. And it's in the sense of the creator story, right? So the mind is a creative storehouse, if that makes sense. It's where we hold, again, like I said, our memories, even ancient ones. It's where we comprehend certain ancient knowledge and information, right? And it's also where there's symbolization. So we're able to comprehend hieroglyphics, different symbols, sigils, stuff like that. The Fibonacci sequence, okay? Mercury also deals with short travels, transportation, and siblings. It's very versatile. So when I say short travels, we can travel in our mind's eye, whether it be through the form of meditation or trance work, which is another form of meditation, just a deeper work. And we can also travel in the physical. But in both ways, when we do travel, we're learning, we're expanding our energies, we're getting out of our comfort zone of what only our eyes, as far as our reality, is presenting to us. So it's kind of like, the mind is where we learn even the physical and the metaphysical, right? And simultaneously, all at the same time. So now I want to go into more of the signs, speaking on as far as Mercury planet. So the ruling sign for Mercury is shared by both Gemini and Virgo. The sign that Mercury falls in will be Leo. So if you have a Mercury in Leo or 5th house, your sign falls in this area. It's exalted in Aquarius. So if you do have, which is the opposite of Leo, remember, you guys, if ever you're looking at a ruling sign, when you're dealing with a ruling sign of a planet, its opposite sign, which is going to be where it falls at in that planet, you want to see it's automatically going to be the opposite sign. So again, the ruling sign for Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. So it's in detriment, because it'll be the opposite of the ruling sign. It's in detriment sign. Its detriment signs are Sagittarius, which is the opposite of Gemini, and Pisces, which is the opposite of Virgo. So if you have Mercury in Sagittarius or 9th house, it's in detriment in Mercury. Or if you have Pisces or 12th house in your Mercury, it's in detriment. If you do have Leo, it's in the fall sign. And if it's in Aquarius, it's exalted here. Now, Gemini, let's start with Gemini because it's the first, it's the house before you get to Virgo. And remember, you guys, we're dealing with degrees too. So this is going to be a way for us to remember how to calculate when dealing with the math side of it, okay? So 3 degrees apart from Gemini 3rd house to Virgo 6th house. And these two share the same planet. Okay. I will give you another example so you can kind of, from there make put the puzzle pieces together. Okay, so you got how could I say this? Okay, so you got Libra's opposite sign is Aries. So you always look for, if Libra house is either 6 or 3 degrees, right? So if Libra house is the 7th house, Aries house is automatically the 1st house. Now, once we start learning how to calculate the degrees, then we'll get further in depth about, how you would just naturally be able to make sense of what the degrees represent. We're going to get into that further down the line, you guys. So make sure y'all stick around for these lessons, because I'm going to do more expounding on things and doing more videos where I'm actually speaking and not just so much the visuals, because I know that a lot of people best learn, and I actually best teach when I use my throat chakra. So hopefully I am getting the message across as best as I can at this time. So again, Gemini, every sign has an analogy, and Gemini's analogy is I think. If you were born from anywhere from May 21st to June 20th, you are a sun in Gemini. This doesn't necessarily mean your Mercury is in Gemini, but Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini, shared with Virgo. So you got Gemini, a symbolic animal or a spirit animal is the twins. And Gemini is an air sign. It's mutable air. So mutable modality deals with adaptability, changeable. Okay, it's versatile. And so Gemini energy deals with our agility. It's our curiosity and loquacity. Okay, the positive things, traits about Gemini energy, because Gemini is an energy. No one person is just a Gemini, right? Some people might not even have Gemini placements in their charts. But if you're a sun sign Gemini, that could possibly be the only placement you have Gemini energy at. But it's like when I say no one person is their sign. If someone say, hey, what's your sign? You would reference that my sun sign is Gemini, just using that as an example. But Gemini is an energy. All signs are just energies. So you can carry Gemini energy in different placements in your chart. And that's how whatever planet it's in, that's how it's going to be expressed. And then whatever house is in, that's where the energy is directed towards. And then the energy itself of possessing the sign. So you have, I'm sorry, a little bit just laying on me. You have Gemini is very intelligent, adaptable, agile, communicative, informative, and connected. These are Gemini's positive energies when they're in alignment or in their higher self, right? Or in their balanced self. But you got that other side of that twin. Just like every sign has its dual energy, everything in life does. So with Gemini, the shadow side of Gemini can take on a trait of being talkative, exaggerating things, being deceptive, cunning, superficial, and inconsistent. So, of course, even though these energies have their dual of what could be when it comes to the light side or the shadow side, doesn't necessarily mean just because you have Gemini somewhere in your chart or your sun sign Gemini that automatically means you're a cunning person or that you are deceptive. No. See, because now we're going to deal with the aspects. And every sign has its own, every energy in your chart carry its own aspect. And with those aspects will actually determine and influence how that energy is showing up in the world. So if somebody has a sun sign trine Mercury, they're not going to be someone who is per se cunning. This energy is more in harmony. So this person will be in a balanced energy where they're very intellectual. They like to speak and communicate and inform, but they also like to receive information too and learn because of their curious nature. So they're not going to be the one that's doing all the talking or exaggerating. They got a healthy balance. So even though they can be talkative, what they talk about also will be, determined by the aspects. So you do want to look into your aspects when you're looking into your Mercury placements. And so yeah, Gemini rules the third house. And the third house deals with our communications, our social, as well as our intellectual learning skills. It is, again, the mind ruled and thinking. Our siblings, our aunts and uncles can show up in this energy, as well as any social activities or interests that we have. Our neighbors, and early education. So again, like I said before, Gemini, you will find more so that energy is dealing with Mercury. As far as Mercury goes, we learned how we learned at a younger age in our early childhood, and that shaped us also with the way we communicate now as adults. So you want to look into your Mercury, because say that if you had speech problems as a child, there's something in your energy, in your Mercury, that was the reason why you was going to experience that energy. And say that you went through a lot of different courses to be able to speak well. This could mean that you possibly have Mercury aspecting, let's say, your powerhouse, Pluto. You know, you had to learn to tap into your throat chakra energy to speak, because now you become a very great speaker. So again, you want to check into your aspects, because the aspects is very profound, very important, not just to know what your energy is and what house it is, and you want to know how it's playing out for you individually, right? Where are your challenges are, where are your gifts, your strengths, because even then sometimes our strengths can be overshadowed by our thinking process because of our childhood traumas. You know, if we was never raised around someone telling you that you can speak well, you're going to kind of doubt that type of ability within yourself. But that can be because you have an aspect that is in conjunct to your Mercury, right? In conjuncting or squaring, anything where it's a strong aspect in a challenge aspect. All right, so let's carry on before this video cut off on us, because I do not be having a lot of data on my phone, so I'll be trying to get these videos out there, y'all. Bear with me, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in, for sticking around, to be around just to support and be around in my journey, because, you know, we always developing and evolving ourselves. So I always appreciate y'all for the likes, for the support, for the shares, the comments, for the support as far as my business goes. Thank y'all. But you got Virgo now. Now let's go into Virgo real quick. So if you were born anywhere from August 23rd to the September 22nd, you are a sun sign Virgo. And its ruling planet, like I said before earlier in the video, is Virgo rules Mercury. And Virgo is the Virgin. It's the earth sign it's mutable earth. And it's receptive energy. So when you got Gemini, you got air. Air is masculine energy, so it's active. So it's more of Gemini of Mercury would be more of the extroverted energy. That's why they like to communicate. Virgos like to talk too, but Virgos are more the introverted side of Mercury. Okay, because everything is duality. So that's how you can see duality playing out in every aspect and every angle that we look at it, right? So with the positive traits as far as for Virgo's energy, they're known to be, this energy is modest, humble, orderly, altruistic, logical, responsible, and organized. So a lot of the times you meet a healthy expressed Virgo energy, it will be someone who carry these positive traits, and people will receive them more when they're in that energy. But the negative traits, they can be very obsessive and critical, excessive or overly excessive to attention, paying attention to insignificant details because of that perfectionist within them. So a lot of times they can miss the big picture or miss enjoying something because they're focused on trying to perfect something, or, you know, it's always some type of work that needs to be done. And sometimes it's like, no, Virgo, you need to just chill. Let's explore. Let's just be curious. We don't have to control everything and try to figure every fucking thing out type shit. So with Virgo, if you have any of these placements, 6th house as well, in your chart, you want to notice how specifically Mercury, because that's the ruling planet, you know, you will be a master in this energy if you do go through challenges right now of being in that shadow side of Virgo. All right, so Virgo is the ruler of the 6th house, which deals with service and health, and it is the area of learning, but through material transaction, because it's an earth sign. So anything dealing with our health, our fitness systems, and any other type of systems to make things function and run smoothly and orderly, things that is an analytical nature, our analytical nature, pets, small pets, our work habits, organization, diet, and small animals, and also making sense of things that will be useful, some type of service given. Okay, so Virgos are known to be very driven people when it comes to work, hard work. They can be workaholics though, to where they make themselves sick. They are the helpers of the zodiac. So their way of learning is to go inward. That's why they represent the hermit, because Virgos have to introspect. Again, the receptive energy of Mercury. So for them, it's not just projecting outwardly, but they got to first go inward. Gemini will go outwardly. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this short series. And again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in every week. Again, every Wednesday we will be doing our astro lessons. And y'all have a very blessed day. Peace.